I'll now recognize Mr. Higgins for his comments and questions.
Director Kagan, it's good to talk to you, sir. God bless you. I hope you and your family are well. I'm going to talk to you about China and Chinese nationals crossing the border and HSI's involvement regarding those individuals. It's noted that there's an increase in Chinese nationals apprehended at the southwest border, and we know that many of the precursors that are used to create fentanyl are made in China. A lot of fentanyl entering our country originates in China. And now we're seeing an increase in Chinese nationals being captured, which means there's an increase in Chinese nationals that are not being captured. It's been presented to me, it's been posited that the Chinese that are effectively evading law enforcement at the border and entering into our country recognize that over the course of the next couple of years, Republicans are going to take very aggressive actions to gain control, operational control of our border, and shut down this this wide open trafficking that they're currently enjoying. So it's been posited to me that Chinese nationals that are crossing into our country include scientists that are coming into America to connect with established criminal networks to bring their laboratory, to build laboratories here. Are Chinese nationals, is HSI looking into this, are Chinese nationals entering America illegally to connect with established criminal networks and bring their laboratory capabilities here into the continental United States because they know the day is coming where we'll have a Republican president and we'll regain control of the border?
Representative Higgins, thank you very much for the question. Good to see you as well. As it pertains to the human smuggling of Chinese nationals and the narcotic side of it, our investigations, as you know, we're an investigative agency, our investigations and intelligence show that those are two separate situations. We see when it comes to China, that's the beginning of the illicit supply chain of fentanyl. We know, we don't have the visibility that we need, of course, into China, but as an investigative agency, we have the visibility of precursor chemicals as they leave Chinese ports to venture across the water into Mexico. Eventually, those precursors will end up in Mexican labs where the actual pills are produced. That's what HSI does. That's where we are strong, and that's where we're critical to this entire supply chain, which is attacking the supply chain at those critical nodes. We can stop the container ships full. I mean, we're talking container ships. We've seized, I believe it's a little bit over 3.3 million pounds of precursor chemicals coming from China entering into Mexico. When those precursors enter into Mexico, what we do is try to stop them from getting into the labs in Mexico where it's synthesized, right? That's where the drugs are produced. That's where the cartels are producing it. We utilize our transnational criminal investigative units, which we have a very robust and strong criminal investigative unit in Mexico. Mexican prosecutors, Mexican officials working with us. As I've said multiple times in open hearings, they're working on behalf of the American people. So what we utilize is their efforts, intelligence community and our efforts in order to stop these drugs from coming into the United States and push our borders out to try to alleviate the pressure on our DHS partners and friends so they're not feeling so much of the fentanyl coming in. But to answer your question, we do not see the link investigatively or intelligence right now of the human smuggling aspect as it pertains to the fentanyl coming in from China.
Well, we'll talk further about that in person. Mr. Chairman, I don't see a clock. How much time?
One right here.
All right, Chief, it's good to see you again, sir. God bless you. Hope you and your family are well. These are difficult times that we face to enforce the laws of our land as we've sworn an oath to do so. And you're at the point of that spear, and to a great deal, you're held responsible. And I think you're a responsible man. I would like to, in my remaining no time, just answer this question regarding commands that are coming down from Secretary Mayorkas. It's come to our attention that many commands that ultimately arrive at the field level don't have much of a paper trail. They've been communicated verbally. You could speak to that, and how does that relate to our aerostat techs? Why are the aerostats down? That's a DOD cooperative operation. They worked. Why are they down? I was told in January they were being pulled down for the first quarter.
I'll give you a real quick 30 seconds, Chief, to answer that. Sorry.
Thank you, Chairman, and good to see you again, Mr. Higgins. I will tell you that with respect to the chain of command, both ICE, myself, and our DHS partners meet quite regularly with the department, more specifically with the Secretary. We have constant conversations and dialogue about ongoing operations, and certainly he's made multiple trips down to the southwest border. So I do appreciate the level of support I get from both our Commissioner, Troy Miller, and Secretary Mayorkas with respect to some of my requests on capacity building and making adjustments to our operations in the field. With respect to the aerostats, that's a very expensive program, $4.6 million for each one of those aerostats. We have 4 of them deployed here in South Texas. They're doing a phenomenal job. We are looking at alternatives to be able to use similar like technology that may be less expensive, and then we're going to try and do everything we can to incorporate that into our normal operations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll now